What's up, everybody? Jason Moss here. Today is November the 12th, 2025, and we're going to be answering SEO questions, real estate investor specifically. Bear with me once I get Facebook group live here. Just 1 second. Should be going. There we go. Perfect. So yeah, we're live everywhere here. Today is, once again, November the 12th, 2025. We're going to be answering real estate investor SEO questions. We have, what is this? 3, 6, 8 today. So that is awesome. So we got 8 questions. Remember, guys, you can always drop your questions in the comments. I might not see them during the actual live, but if I don't, I will collect them and then I'll answer them later on in the next video, because we try to do a couple of these every single week. We get a lot of real estate investor SEO questions, so always trying to help people out. All right, so let's hop into it. First question is from Owen, and that is link building through podcast interviews a thing? How would that work? Yeah, absolutely, it's a thing. So yeah, you can go on podcasts, you can do interviews, that type of thing. And a lot of times that podcast is going to, they always have that question at the end of the podcast or in the interview. How can our viewers follow you or get to know you a little bit better, or check into what you're doing, blah, 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 right? So that's where you can drop your information, and then like the actual podcast itself, those people are going to link over to your content. So anywhere that podcast is posted, whether it's on YouTube or any of those podcast platforms like Audible, Spotify, whatever, they have that little description about that episode, and all of those links can come back to you. So absolutely, link building through podcast or interviews is definitely a thing, and they definitely help because those are on high, super authoritative websites. And especially if the podcast is real estate related, then you're getting all of those real estate viewers and the niche relevance back to you as well. So it's definitely a thing. Yeah, if you can hop on podcasts, you can really expand your brand because you're tapping into their audience, right? So even beyond just the link building aspect of it, I mean, that is huge in itself, but getting in front of all those people's audiences, like, a podcast might have 20,000 views for every podcast or something like that. Boom, you're getting seen by those 20,000 people. If you hop on a number of different podcasts, you can really expand your brand quickly. Look at some of the biggest people out there. That's exactly what they do. When people are launching a book or launching a new product, all of a sudden you're seeing them on all these different podcasts, right? That's what people do. So absolutely, it's a thing. All right. Next question is from Hannah. Do you still suggest using H1 and H2 tags strategically on pages? Yeah, of course. I don't know. I don't think I've ever said not to do that. So absolutely, we still suggest it. You want one H1 tag on your page, and then you can have multiple H2s. I mean, you can have 10, 11, 12, 15 H2s if you want, but have your H1 be your main keyword that you're trying to rank that page for. And then your H2s should be, sub keywords of that H1. So longer tail versions, variations of that H1. But, they're secondary keywords to that main keyword, which is in your H1. But yeah, have only one H1 on the page, and then you can have multiple H2s. All right. But definitely you want your keywords, you want your different entities that you're trying to rank for spread throughout all those H2s. And of course, your main one is in your H1. Okay. But yeah, great question. Absolutely. We still suggest it. It's very, very, very important. Google really, really looks into that stuff. Okay. All right. Next question is from Levi. What's a simple social media plan for driving traffic back to my site? Well, the first thing is just to do it, right? A lot of people forget that social media exists or is a tool or that it's even free. Like, you have a massive weapon at your disposal to use with social media, and a lot of people just kind of disregard it because it's free. They kind of overlook it. But look at the biggest people out there. One, for instance, is like Alex Hormozy, right? If you don't know Alex Hormozy, go and follow his stuff. He's a great business, content guy, building businesses. He does acquisitions.com. He's a big guy in this space, but he just smashes out all of these free posts on all of the different platforms: Facebook, YouTube Shorts, YouTube, the regular videos, TikTok, LinkedIn. I mean, he's everywhere, and he just posts free content. And he mainly does it with videos, but he also has text posts like on Twitter, or excuse me, on X, things like that. But yeah, just try to do it. Get one of the tools that allows you to make one post and it sends it to all of them. So something like Buffer or Publer, Hootsuite. I mean, there's tons of those programs out there. Okay. But you can make one post and then you can connect all of your different accounts. So then it posted over on LinkedIn, it posted on X, Google Business Profiles, Facebook, Instagram. It sends it everywhere. But yeah, just do it. Make content. Video content is huge. Like this here is a video content. After I'm done with this video, I throw it into an AI app called Opus, and then Opus cuts it all up, and it finds all the different areas of where I'm talking and answering one of these questions, and it puts it into tall versions of the video, because right now I'm shooting in a wide version, right? So it's going to cut it and it's going to put it in tall versions. So then I can post on TikTok and YouTube Shorts and Instagram and all these different platforms to get a massive more amount of reach, other than just this live stream that it is. So there's lots of ways that you can tackle social media. But my main thing is just do it. Get one of the tools, like I mentioned, Hootsuite, Buffer, Publer. Make one post, send it everywhere. Try to do a post a day, right? Something relevant content. If you don't have content, guys, go to ChatGPT, go to Grok, Claude, whatever it might be. Pop it in there. Be like, hey, give me this amount of posts, about my industry. This is my business. Give it some information about you, and boom, it's going to give you all the posts. All right, guys, it's easy nowadays. All right. But yeah, just do it. Hopefully that answers your question, Levi. Next question from Luna F. I'm new to this. What's the first thing I should fix if my site isn't mobile optimized? I'm concerned if your site isn't mobile optimized and you are new, if I'm being honest. Because if you're new and your site isn't mobile optimized, I'm wondering, what website did you build? Because 99% of sites out there are mobile optimized. I don't know any site that you can build nowadays that isn't automatically mobile optimized. 10 years ago, we were battling that, when all the mobile stuff was coming out. But like nowadays, I don't know any site that you can build where it's not mobile optimized. If this is true and it's not mobile optimized, yeah, get rid of it. Build on something different. If you're a real estate investor, obviously, I recommend Carrot websites, carrot.com, because they're good. They rank well. They're fast. They have good support. I've been a supporter of them for a very long time. I have an account with them, and I have multiple websites with them. Like, I highly recommend them. Almost all my clients use Carrot websites as well. So that's what I would use. It's instantly mobile optimized, and it's going to perform well. All right. Next question from Carter is, how can I get more views on my Google Business Profile without, more reviews on my Google Business Profile without begging people? Look, I mean, you have two different ways of doing it. So you can get reviews from your past customers, or people that have like worked with you. Yes, it can be a little daunting of a task, and you don't want to look like you're, begging them. You're technically not supposed to incentivize them. That is against Google's terms of service, but I see a lot of people doing it. Um, like I was at my dentist the other day and they had something going on where it was like, leave us a Google review and you're instantly put into a pot, like a raffle pot to win this prize. And I think it was like a PS5 or something. I don't know. But all these people leave a Google review, so they get put into this little lottery or raffle, whatever. And that's an incentivize, incentivization. And like technically you're not supposed to do it, but be creative. All right. One thing that you can do is, and you need to remember, is you don't have to get Google reviews from customers. They can be from anybody that can speak highly of you, your staff, and your business and how you conduct yourself. Okay. They don't have to be technically a customer. All right. So, yes, ask your friends and family, send out a text, pull out your phone, write up one text, have your Google business link in there, and send it to all your friends and family. You're going to get some reviews, right? That's the easiest way to do it, but nobody wants to do it because, it just seems too easy, right? They want to do paid methods, which, a lot of these free methods still work. Just ask your friends and family, especially if you're newer and you don't have customers to ask for it. Just ask friends and family. They'll speak highly of you, leave a review. You can tell them to stay vague. They don't have to say, oh, this is my grandson and I'm leaving him a Google review because he's so nice. All right. Just, you can get the Google reviews from friends and family. It's not that hard. Okay. It's just something you have to do, tackle it, knock it out, get 10 plus reviews, and then, have the rest trickle in here and there. Okay. Well, that's what I would do. And also to, with that begging side of things, you can also exchange reviews. All right. Maybe that's against the TOS as well. I don't know, but you can exchange reviews. Maybe they're leaving you a review and you're leaving them a review on their Google business profile as well. So that's another way to do it. And that's worked for me and my clients in the past. Okay. Next question from Mila, I think Mila. Hey, Jason, are AI tools like Chat GPT good for writing meta descriptions, or should I do it manually? Absolutely. They're great for that. I recommended that. I don't know how many lives ago that was that we talked about that. But absolutely. Don't write them yourselves. I mean, you can if you want, but definitely don't have to. Use Chat GPT. Even better for copy is Claude AI. I think it's Claude.com. But Claude, CLAUDE, Claude AI. Their copy is actually better than Chat GPT. But yeah, you can give it your website, be like, hey, I need meta descriptions for these pages. Give it some information like, this is my business, this is who I'm serving, blah, blah, blah. Right. So it's a little bit better. Because meta descriptions can be clickbaity. All right. You want your meta descriptions clicked on to improve your click-through rate. All right. Don't worry about overstuffing the keywords or anything like that. Just make them clickbaity just to get people to click on them when they're reading it in the search results. Okay. But yeah, definitely use AI tools. I would use Claude for any kind of copy. Okay. Next question is from Grayson. All right. And that is, does having a blog help with lead generation, even if it doesn't rank well or rank high? Yeah, of course. So, I mean, there's different ways that you can use a blog, right? And like, I kind of have a mixed relationship, mixed feelings about a blog, because I feel like a lot of local business owners, they do blog posts and they ruin their site because of the competing pages and the keyword cannibalization. So you have to be careful with that. But yes, in the long run, if you're doing it correctly, a blog can help with lead generation, even if it doesn't rank high, because people that are going to your website, all right, they might be searching through your blog. If they see no blogs on there, I don't think that really says that, that's not like a negative look. I wouldn't say, because there's plenty of businesses that do not blog whatsoever, but maybe they're active on social media. Okay. But if they do see a whole bunch of great blog posts that have been recently updated or recently posted, it does make you look a whole lot more active, and those people can become leads or customers in the long run. Even if they're not ranking high or at all, people that are just going to your website and kind of browsing around. So it can help. But yeah, if you're a local business, you do have to be careful with the whole keyword cannibalization and competing pages aspect of it. Okay. You just don't want to start blogging about all these different things and using the same keyword set that you're actually trying to rank for, because then you have blogs and you have like your city pages that are targeting the same keywords, and now they're competing with each other. All right. So you have to be careful with that. Okay. Last question is from Aurora Z. What's the best way to handle 404 errors on my site? Well, fix them. Well, yeah, I mean, you do want to fix them. You want to see what the 404 errors are. If you know you have 404 errors, I'm assuming that you have Google Search Console set up on your website so you can see exactly where those are coming from. All right. Because sometimes I think Google Search Console will show you a 404 error, and I don't know, for some reason that they don't even look correct, and maybe they're not right. But if they are right, if it's a true 404 error, people are going to like this link. Maybe you deleted a blog post, deleted a city page, whatever. It means it was you put that in social media somewhere, or maybe it was ranked in Google. People are still finding that page, and they're going to it, and then they're not, going anywhere. They're going to the 404 dead page on your site. So what you can do inside of your WordPress site or whatever thing that you're on, and you can 301 redirect, okay, that URL where you're getting the 404 error over to like your home page or over to a more relevant page on your site. So if you just change the URL from a blog post or something, 301 redirect the old URL to the new URL. So then you don't have 404 errors on your website anymore. And if you're using like a standalone WordPress website, not if you're on Carrot or something like that, but if it's a standalone WordPress site, you can use a plugin like Rank Math, even Yoast SEO. They have good tools inside of there to where it can track those 404 errors and automatically 301 redirect them. So you get rid of those errors on your site. But yeah, find them in Search Console, see if they're legit, and then go through each one and try to fix it, because you don't want the 404 errors. You definitely do want to fix those. So that's how I would handle it. And yeah, so that's all the questions that we have here today. Hopefully this was helpful. If you guys have any further questions, feel free to drop them in the comments. Like I said, I always collect these and then answer them. Try to do a couple of these lives every single week. But you guys have a great rest of your day, and I'll see you guys in the next live. Thanks.